Hey guys, my name is Alex and today we are browsing Reddit and I am going to be answering all of your burning sex questions, giving the best advice I possibly can. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so the first question is, my husband and I have been together for 18 years. Recently it seems not enough to satisfy him. He can only stay hard or come with visuals. I need advice on how to spice things up and keep him interested. I want to try new things. I'm up for anything. So, it seems to me that if you want to try new things, you want to spice up your sex life, I think the first step is to ask your partner what they want. And let them know that you want to spice things up, you're interested in improving your sex life, you're open to new things, and you are not going to judge them in any way based on anything they say. Anything goes. And just kind of get talking about it with your partner. I think a lot of the time people kind of have these crappy sex lives and they want to spice things up, but they try to do it without actually consulting with their partner and asking them what they want. The easiest way to find out what your partner wants is to just ask them. So yeah, just ask your partner, start from there. So if you want to spice things up, I would say focus on things that are mentally engaging, like your dirty talk, you're doing something differently variety-wise during the sex, and you're trying to keep your partner engaged the whole time. If your husband is only getting aroused by images, what I'm guessing is maybe that's a porn-related problem, and porn is terrible. It is going to reduce your husband's sex drive. It is going to completely stagnate the sexual relationship. If that is really the problem, and these visuals are pornographic visuals they're seeing on the internet, that is step number one. If you want to improve your sex life, the easiest way to do that, if you are currently watching porn, is to stop watching porn. So that would be step one. Step two would be to incorporate the more psychological stimulation and talk to your partner. Find out what they actually want, and then do that. Alright, so the next question is, how do I know if the girl I'm with orgasmed? I'm still a virgin and I'm afraid to disappoint. So first thing you need to do is stop being afraid to disappoint and try to enjoy yourself. Try to be as engaged in the experience as you possibly can. Your partner is going to detect if you are nervous and if you are timid and stressed out and insecure, and that's not going to be a conducive environment for them to be immersed and engaged in the experience and really be connected to it and present in the moment. So that would be tip number one, is just to get out of your head and just try to be present in the moment. The second thing I would do is to not focus on being a physical presence and being amazing physically with your crazy techniques in bed and doing things that you've seen maybe in porn where you're pounding away and all that kind of stuff. Focus on the arousal side of it, the psychological side of it, and then what you do physically won't matter if your partner is turned on and engaged and immersed in the experience. So you need to get out of your own head and try to stimulate their mind rather than stimulate their body. So I would say focus longer on the foreplay aspect, get them turned on, aroused, dirty talk them. Just try to dirty talk if you can, and try to kind of take control of the experience and steer your partner in whatever direction you want to go in. I know it's your first time, but you can easily say things like that you think they're so sexy or they're so hot or that feels so good, and as long as you're kind of talking and engaging through the sexual experience, it's going to be great for your partner because they want that feedback, they want that thing that's going to keep them kind of locked into the sexual experience and kind of present in the moment. If you can make your partner present in the moment, you win. That is going to be a good sexual experience, and you'll know when they orgasm, okay? Alright, so the next question is, I only feel arousal for my crush only. Help. I'm not sure if it's normal or there's something wrong with me, but usually when I watch porn I would feel aroused. Now ever since I've had this crush on this girl for the past week, who I have sexual and romantic feelings for, I just don't feel aroused by anything else. Is this normal? So you know what I'm going to say, stop watching porn. Porn is terrible for you in almost every way, so cut that out. Secondly, yes, it is totally normal. This is actually a really good thing because it's going to make it easier for you to stop watching porn. So yes, this is completely normal, and it's the way things should be, shouldn't it? A real person that you know and and can connect with and talk to and just have this emotional bond with, that is going to be a much stronger form of arousal and stimulation than images on a screen and you're just kind of this voyeuristic relationship with the person where you're just kind of watching them from afar. That is why sex in relationships is so much better than just casual hookups, because you have this emotional component, this connection to it that keeps you both engaged in the experience, and it's just so much more arousing when there's actually this deep emotional connection involved in the sexual experience. So yes, this is totally normal. If it helps you quit porn, good for you, because porn is very addicting. It's hard to quit. So get porn out of your life and seek real relationships, because they're going to be much more fulfilling and they don't have all the negative side effects that porn does. So the next question is, tips for lasting longer / pleasuring my lady. My wife is 33 and she is just not that interested in sex. Much less than me anyways. And since we have 2 daughters, we do it once or twice a month on average. It's very hard because I love her and I think she is hot as hell. But if it just has to be like that, then I'm okay with that. What really pisses me off though is that I cannot last long enough, so she almost never orgasms, which definitely does not help her becoming more interested. When we used to do it more often, I could last much longer. I have been more and more worried about this recently because I think it is way too unfair that I get to orgasm every single time and she does not. So there's more information in that question about how his wife is just kind of not interested in trying new things in sex and just kind of wants what he calls vanilla sexual experiences. And to me, this is a very typical issue, and is an issue of psychological stimulation versus physical stimulation. So for men, it's often easy to we tend to kind of project that physical aspect onto women and not focus on the whole arousal part, the psychological stimulation part. And so to me, the issue here is that his partner, his wife, is just not engaged in the experience because they're just not aroused enough. There's nothing mentally that's kind of keeping them focused on the sex and wanting more of it. So what he needs to do is first have a conversation with his wife and explain his concerns to her and have this open dialogue about their sex lives and how he really wants to improve it, and just do it in a way where he is appearing to be non-judgmental, extremely open-minded, and with the intent of improving her pleasure and increasing her pleasure during sex. So the other thing he needs to do is take the feedback from that conversation and focus more on being arousing and turning his wife on, rather than focusing on, I need to last longer in bed for the physical stimulation part of it. Trust me, if your partner is extremely turned on, they're extremely aroused, and they're present in the moment, they will be able to reach orgasm very quickly. So it's not about lasting a certain amount of time in bed. It is about injecting that psychological aspect to the sex. There needs to be something other than the physical part to kind of keep them present. You do this by dirty talking, by being engaged, by you yourself kind of demonstrating that you're present and engaged in the moment. Just kind of creating this new atmosphere of mental stimulation and psychological stimulation over the physical part. Focus on the mental part over the physical part, and your sex quality will improve dramatically. Alright, the final question today is a perfect question to kind of sum up this video. My boyfriend can't reach orgasm without porn. And they say, my boyfriend told me that even though he feels pleasure while having sex, he can't seem to reach the orgasm unless he's watching some porn, as he's been watching it every day for a long period of time. Whenever we have intimacy, we take our time, as it's hard for me to reach the orgasm too. We try different positions, have oral sex, but he seems to lose his erection after about 15 minutes of intercourse. Then we always recur to porn in order for him to finish. Does anyone have some advice so that I can help him enjoy sex more, keep the erection, and make him reach the orgasm without the necessity of watching porn? Thanks in advance. So, yeah, the advice is to stop watching porn, both of you. So, porn is extremely highly addictive. He's watching it every single day for a reason. if you have a sexual partner, a regular sexual partner like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, there is no reason for you to need to seek out sexual stimulation from a third party, from something else like porn. So there's really no excuse to be watching porn and orgasming to porn while you're in a sexual relationship with someone. And it's kind of unfair, and yeah, it's not right. So both of you need to quit watching porn, especially him. Porn causes erectile dysfunction in men. So that is the reason why he is not reaching orgasm and why he is losing his erection during the experience. It also causes women to lose their ability to orgasm during sex, or it kind of dampens their stimulation during sex so that it's harder to orgasm during sex, just like it's harder for him to orgasm during sex because of it. High-speed internet porn is an awful thing that a lot of people these days are addicted to because it's just so easy to access. So that is the first thing you need to do, is to stop watching porn. So what I would do is have a conversation with your partner and tell them that you want to try something and you want to see if your sex life will improve given that you are going to quit porn for a certain period of time and that you're just going to try it. And come in from the angle of, because you want to help their sex life, not necessarily that you're accusing them of being addicted to porn, but that you just kind of wanted to try this new thing to spice up your sex life and see if it has an effect. I think what you're going to find is that it's going to be probably extremely difficult for both of you, or just your partner, to stop watching porn. That is going to lead you into the pathway of, yes, he is addicted to porn, and he is going to have to confront that. That is a rite of passage for him. He needs to confront that, and he needs to quit it as soon as he can. Otherwise, the sex is going to be bad for both of you forever, and he will never improve no matter what you do. Trust me. So if this is a problem, and most sexual dysfunction I have seen has been because of porn, that is why I advocate against it so much. So get rid of porn, and that will be the only thing that you have to do most likely in terms of improving your sex life. Beyond that, communicate with your partner and keep the dialogue open and keep it non-judgmental and be supportive, because this is a hard thing to quit. So if your partner is struggling with this, it's a real addiction and it is going to be hard to quit. Things are going to get worse as you quit before they start getting better. So tackle it as soon as you can. Help your partner and stop watching porn, people. It is so terrible for the quality of your sex. Trust me. So that'll do it for my extremely amazing analysis and advice for these questions on Reddit. Let me know if you want to do this again. I had fun reading these questions and some of the responses. I think the gist of it is to stop watching porn and communicate more with your partner. That is what I say in almost every video. But it is worth it to reiterate. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.